It's summer.
I
Isn't
know.
that great? Summer brings a lot of challenges, including more people at home,
Yes.
little childcare issues. We're dealing with a little bit of that today.
Yes, we've had a number of people reach
Yeah.
out to us
Mhm.
about this summertime, like how do you keep it going, right?
Exactly. And I think Kelly's going to give you some really good tips of how to keep it going. But I think we need to first address why you should keep it going.
Yeah.
Let's face it, during the summer, people take their foot off the gas. People
Mhm.
taking, especially people with families,
Mhm.
because it's really easy to get just like, I'm going to take the summer off. Nobody's hiring anyway, but that's not true. Hiring does slow in the summer, but it still happens. And if you're one of the smart ones that stays in the game, you'll have less competition.
Absolutely.
And the other thing is that people are generally more rested,
Mhm.
in a better mood in the summer.
Yep.
So the hiring manager, the recruiter, everybody you're dealing with is just in a better space. So it's actually an excellent time to not be taking your foot off the gas, but to actually accelerate your job search and your career return.
Yeah, you could be building some really meaningful connections. Yeah,
Sure.
definitely. So I think when we get a little bit more concrete about,
How to
just
do
taking
it.
a look at it,
Yeah.
how do we do it? Number one is to create a morning routine. Now, what school or,
Yeah.
everybody being in the grind of life does is it creates structure,
Yeah.
right? And the first thing to go usually in the summertime is your morning routine. So you need to really focus on that
Mhm.
and determine these are the steps I'm going to take every day. The
That's
most
great.
highly successful people have a very solid morning routine and they
Yeah.
never deviate from it.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you're doing the same. So if you've kind of gotten off and we slept a little late and you've kind of been loosey-goosey with that, this is a great place to start, is just get back into a morning routine and have some self-care built into that. So if the kiddos are home, it might be that you're all going for a walk together. It might be that they're playing on the playground and you're walking around, looping around the playground, but it is putting activity
Mhm.
and something that feels self-care like to you, whatever that might be. It could just be, indulging in a really good cup of coffee,
Mhm.
but you need to have it in your day and you need to be taking care of yourself. It just
And
gives
part of
you
self-care
that.
also is siphoning off some of the work. I mean, especially if you have older children who are home, giving them things to do to help you,
Yep.
reminding them that, your school is over for you, but work is
Yeah.
not over for me. And your work right now is the process of
Yeah.
finding work.
Yes. So definitely communicating to everyone around you.
Yeah.
The next one is to schedule it in your calendar. Now, if you have, there's an event, a networking event, put it in your calendar. If you want to have a target for that month of, I want to increase my LinkedIn connections by X amount, or I want to really network, with these particular individuals this month, putting that into your calendar.
So real targets.
Making time for that to happen. And if you need to schedule childcare or shift your schedule so that you can make space for that, you need to do that. That's really important. A great boundary with this in particular is that when you schedule that time, so say it's just focus time. I just want to work on, my LinkedIn page. I really need to get that, up and
That
running.
writing that requires you to be kind of uninterrupted.
Focus.
Yeah.
Remove yourself from your home. Go to the local library, go to
a coffee
shop, a Barnes and Noble, whatever it might be. Go to these places because physically leaving your home just takes that emotional and mental stress that is going on in your house.
Being home can just be distracting, even if it's quiet.
Oh yeah.
Because you're thinking about the laundry that needs to be done and the package that needs to be prepared.
The sink of dishes.
Right. It's very hard to not think about them when you're home.
Yes.
So that's I've done that one a lot.
Yes. So physically moving yourself and getting outside of the house and just driving away from it all. It'll still be there when you come back, I promise. The next one is determine how to hold yourself accountable. That's what we see in our courses, that accountability that our students get for 10 weeks really accelerates the process.
But even for us, because we do a lot of solo work, but there are times where we just sit and work in tandem. We were doing that this morning, where I feel like sometimes I'm more productive. I would just have the energy of another person around me or another person to be accountable to.
Yes. And so a great accountability partner could be someone who's also navigating the job search. That could be, somebody who you say, I'm going to check in with you once a week. We're going to do, it could be a Zoom call, it could be a telephone call, but you are going to give them your targets, and every week they're going to check in with you about those targets. So
I like that.
Determine that for yourself.
It could be an older child, like somebody who's in college, maybe taking a summer course or doing their own job
It
search.
could be your college graduate that is now doing their own job search too. So yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. And then the other thing is, if you're in a rut, because that happens, you know, you, especially when things get tough and difficult, and maybe you are coming off a spring where you've had some rejections, you've made it pretty far through the process, and you've had some rejections. You might be just saying like, oh gosh, I just want to like not think about that this summer. That's okay. Give yourself a minute, take a breather. But if you find that you can't get yourself out of that and you're really in a rut, a great thing to do is find some inspiration. Listen to a podcast that, you know, might send you in the right direction. Get on LinkedIn and just take a look at what's happening in your industry, and maybe read an interesting article that's going to get you going. Connect with somebody else that you know that's had success in returning to work, and check in with them and see how things are going for them, and hear maybe some of the pitfalls that they went through and how they picked themselves back up again.
They can even go to our LinkedIn page, because we have lots of success stories of people who've taken long career breaks and are back at work. And we can even we have lists of companies where people have landed and personal stories.
Absolutely. You're never alone when you come into our web. So definitely, you know, web pages are a great place to look. Social media pages are a great place to look to. So just getting a little bit of that inspiration sometimes can get you back on the path again if you've fallen off. So
there's a few tips for helping you stay focused, and a reason to stay focused this summer. If you like what you saw, please join us. You just subscribe and we'll come into your inbox every Monday morning with new content. You can get more, as we said, at our website, www.preparetoLaunchU.com. We're on LinkedIn and other social platforms as well, and we look forward to seeing you there.